Hi, kiddos. What we are going to work on today is reviewing our text structure, but we're also really working on being able to understand our text structures using RAP. Okay, so remember, this is our goal. This is what we're going to work on until Thanksgiving. And each day, we're just adding a layer onto it to make it just deeper and have a better understanding of it. So we're working to identify the structure of an informational text, and then we want to make sure we're justifying that answer with evidence. And we know that that evidence needs to be quoted. Try to get it spelled out here for you. I'm just going to put word because you know it's word for word, right? Okay, today the structure that we're going to be reviewing is problem and solution. So I found this little meme and I kept it on here because I thought it was super funny. So it says, we have a problem. And then he says, I got a solution, right? We know that problem and solution is when the author organizes the information to show us a problem that is happening, right? And remember, this is happening in nonfiction. So this is all going to be a real problem that maybe we're facing in science or in social studies or with climate change, bees, those kinds of things. Okay, so there is a problem. And then the author is also going to offer us a way to fix it, a solution. Now, I know that we get problem and solution confused with cause and effect sometimes, but remember what we keep saying. If there is no solution, if the author doesn't tell me how to solve it, then the structure cannot be problem and solution. There has to be a solution there in order for us to say, yep, this structure is problem and solution. Keywords to look for when you're looking for this structure are problem, issue, challenge, puzzle, solve, fix, solution, dilemma, and resolution. Okay? All right. Let's look at an example. Oop, going the wrong way. Oh, hang on, kiddos. There we go. Okay, so here we go. So I've got this passage here that I'm going to read. And as I'm reading, I know that I'm looking for those keywords: problem, dilemma, issue, challenge, any of those things, okay? So we know that I am a good reader, so I'll always look at everything the passage has to offer, not just the text. I'm going to look at the title. I'm going to look at pictures. I'm going to look at captions and headings, all of the things that can give me hints and clues into what the passage is about. Here I only have a title. It's called A Garden Solution. And right away I'm seeing that word solution, which is telling me this there's an issue here, but the author's going to tell me how to fix it. Many gardeners have figured out ways to keep insects from eating their vegetables. The easiest way to get rid of pests is to use insecticide. Unfortunately, when something is unfortunate, that means it's bad, right? That's a problem. Unfortunately, that is not good for the environment, and it can make people sick if it's not washed off plants. Some gardeners find that by planting certain vegetables next to each other, they can keep bugs away. For example, radishes will keep away flies that destroy lettuce. Putting the two together in the garden keeps flies from eating the lettuce. Beans planted next to potatoes keep potato beetles away from the potato crop. Planning out a garden is in this way makes it easy to keep pests under control. Okay, so the author is laying out a problem here for me, right? That there are pests in gardens. That's just how it's going to be. There are going to be bugs in gardens, but there is a way to solve this problem, right? What does the author tell me? Well, if I put radishes next to lettuce, it keeps the flies away. If I plant beans next to potatoes, it keeps beetles away. So the solution here is how I plan out my garden. So let's check ourselves with the multiple choice. A, the author is putting the steps of planting a garden in order. No. Did the author ever tell me, first you do this, then you'll need to scoop the soil, then you'll need to give the seed? No. So the author's not putting anything in order here, so this is not the best choice. The author is comparing lettuce and radishes. Well, he talks about lettuce and radishes, but does he ever tell me how they're the same or how they're different? No. So B is not the best choice. C, the author is discussing the problems caused by insects and how to get rid of them. Oh, he definitely talked about how insects can be a problem in the garden. And he told me that if I plant my plants a certain way, that I can keep them away from each other. So I really like C, but I'm a good reader, and we know we have good strategies, and that tells us to look at all of my options. D, the author is discussing the effects of insects on gardens. Well, yeah, he kind of does. But remember, look for those keywords in your multiple choice. Here I have problem, here I have effects. What structure goes with effects? Cause and effect. So think about what you want your structure to be, which we know it's problem and solution, and find some keywords within your answer to help you find that. Okay, so our best answer here is C, but I'm not done. We know that we're working on that last step of putting all of this into RAP. So that's what I'm going to do next. I know that my R stands for restate. I'm going to restate the question. Look, this is my question. What is the structure of the text? The structure of the text is, and then I'm going to answer it, problem and solution. Then I have this big piece here that says because. That's because I need to tell my reader what the problem is and what the solution is. The problem is insects, okay? The solution is to carefully plant your garden. Then I'm going to prove it by using word-for-word evidence. I always start with my sentence stem. In the text it said, many gardeners have to figure out ways to keep insects from eating their vegetables. The text also said, some gardeners find that by planting certain vegetables next to each other, they keep bugs away. Look, kiddos, that came straight out of my passage. Right here, I'm telling you the problem. Down here, I'm telling you the solution. If I were you, I would take a screenshot of this so you have it while you're working on your passage that you're going to do for me today. Okay, so go ahead, pause real quick, take a picture of this. Okay, so remember, this was our goal. We were reviewing problem and solution, but really most importantly, we're working on putting it into rap, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to do a passage called a dental dilemma, okay? You're going to fill out the graphic organizer on there, and then you're going to put it into, I know that says race, but it's going to be rap. You're going to put it into rap over there on the side. It looks exactly like the other two passages we have done. All right, kiddos, if you need anything, if you have questions, please feel free to send me a message on Remind, on Google Classroom, and I can't wait to see the awesome work you do.